So you're thinking about becoming a notary public in Illinois? Well, you should know it's way more than just getting a fancy stamp. Today, we're going to walk you through the whole journey from understanding just how big the responsibility is to performing your very first official act. Here's what we're going to cover. We'll kick things off by digging into why the notary role is so darn important. Then, we'll lay out the exact path to getting your commission, and we'll unpack the power behind that official seal. We'll also cover the rules you absolutely have to know, peek into the digital future of notarization, and wrap it all up with a success kit to get you started. So why all the fuss? I mean, how serious can it be? Get this. A simple argument over notary fees at a few UPS stores actually blew up into a massive multi-state consumer protection lawsuit. It's a pretty intense reminder that, in this world, even the tiniest details can have huge consequences. And that story right there? It's the perfect lead-in to our first section. We're talking about the notary's critical role and why it matters a whole lot more than you might think. What makes this job so essential to how our legal and business worlds even function? Okay, so what is a notary public really? You can think of yourself as a guardian of trust, commissioned by the state itself. Your main job is to be the first line of defense against fraud. You're there to make sure that the person signing that critical document is exactly who they claim to be, and that they're not being forced into it. You're a vital link in the entire chain of trust. All right, so you get it. It's a big deal, and you're ready to take it on. The big question is, how? Well, that's what this next part is all about, your step-by-step guide to actually getting that commission in Illinois. The journey really boils down to 4 key milestones. First up, you have to complete a 3-hour course that's been approved by the state. Next, you've got to pass the official test. Then, you'll need to purchase something called a surety bond. Think of it as an insurance policy, but it's not for you. It's to protect the public if you make a mistake that costs them money. And finally, you send in your application and fees to the Secretary of State. Now, let's talk a bit more about that bond. If you're planning to do traditional in-person notarizations, Illinois says you need a $5,000 surety bond. And again, this is super important to understand. That money isn't there to protect you. It's a safety net for the public, giving them a way to recover money if an error on your part causes them financial damage. But, and this is a really big but, if you want to step into the digital age and perform electronic or remote notarizations, that bond requirement leaps all the way up to $25,000. So why the huge jump? Well, the state sees a higher potential for fraud when you're not physically in the same room, so that financial protection for the public has to be a lot bigger. So what about the fees you pay directly to the state? Well, a standard notary commission is actually pretty affordable. It'll only set you back $15. If you want that extra authority to do electronic notarizations, you just have to tack on an additional $25 fee. Okay, you did it. You jumped through all the hoops, you passed the test, and you've earned your commission. Congratulations. So what now? Well, now it's time to talk about the tools of the trade. Let's dive into your official seal and the huge responsibilities that come with it. One of your most important jobs is keeping a detailed journal. You've got to log the key info, the date, the time, the type of notarization. But what you don't write down is just as critical. To protect everyone's privacy, you are strictly forbidden from recording things like a driver's license number, a social security number, or any kind of biometric data. Do not do it. Your seal is your official signature of authority. And believe me, Illinois law is super particular about how it has to look. It has to be a rubber stamp with a specific serrated or milled edge border. It must include the words official seal, your name exactly as it is on your commission, the words Notary Public and State of Illinois, and of course, your commission's expiration date. Every single detail counts. With this kind of authority comes a lot of responsibility and, yeah, some potential risks. And that brings us right to our next section, navigating those risks and rules. This is all about how to protect yourself and the public that you've sworn to serve. You absolutely have to know where the legal lines are drawn. The Illinois Notary Public Act lays out 2 major offenses. First, there's official misconduct, which basically means you knowingly or recklessly messed up. That's a serious misdemeanor. Then there's willful impersonation, pretending to be a notary when you're not. As you can imagine, that comes with some hefty penalties. And hey, it's not just about the law books. There are real-world safety concerns, especially if you're a mobile notary going to people's homes or offices. Experienced notaries give some solid, practical advice. Keep an emergency kit in your car, maybe even carry pepper spray for personal safety. And on the job, Double and triple check your work. Keep your logs perfect. And be on high alert for fake IDs. They're getting scarily realistic thanks to AI. All right, let's switch gears and talk about the future of this profession. A future that honestly is already here. It's time to explore the new digital frontier, electronic and remote notarization. So, what in the world is remote notarization? Well, it's pretty much what it sounds like. It's the act of notarizing documents for someone over a live, secure video call when they're not physically in the room with you. It's really just the modern evolution of the notary's core job. It's adapting that system of trust for our digital age. The biggest difference, obviously, is how you verify who someone is. In person, you physically hold their ID, you look at their face, you check it out. Remotely, you have to use some pretty robust digital processes. A common one is called knowledge-based authentication. You know, those multiple choice questions about your personal or credit history that, in theory, only the real you could answer correctly on the fly. Okay, we've covered the rules, the risks, and the new technology. So what are the big takeaways here? This section is your notary success kit, the core principles you need for a long and trusted career in this field. These right here are the non-negotiables, the golden rules. Number 1, keep your seal locked up and secure, always. Number 2, never, ever notarize a signature unless the signer is present. That means either physically in front of you or live on your video feed. 3, never lend your stamp to anyone, not your boss, not your friend, nobody. 4, never sign a blank notarial certificate. And 5, sign your name exactly as it's printed on your commission. And please remember this crucial power you have. This is a direct quote from the Illinois Notary Public Act. It says you have no obligation to perform a notarial act, and you can refuse without further explanation. So if a situation feels off, if you're uncomfortable for any reason, you have the full backing of the law to simply say no. Trust your gut. It's your best tool. And this all brings us to one final big picture thought. The very idea of what it means to be present is being totally redefined by technology. So the question we want to leave you with is this. As these digital tools keep evolving, what does the future of trust, of verification, and of authenticity really look like?
For free Illinois Notary Practice Test, you can either click the link in the description or simply scan the QR code on the screen.